Hola, soy Rebeca, soy profesora de español, and I'm teaching you today the present tense in Spanish in case you're a beginner or you're trying to learn and understand this part of the language and you are not fully getting it. This is your video, so I really hope I help you and just keep watching. In any language, we have presente, pasado, and futuro. We can talk in present, past, and future tense. So today we're focusing in present tense. And in Spanish, we have 4 groups or categories inside the present tense. The first category is verbos regulares. They are rarely changing. They are always going to share, like, once you know the rules, basically, you kind of know how they work. Verbos irregulares are going to slightly change and are going to be as easy as the first group. Grupo número 3 or third category is the stem changing verbs. They are going to be a bit more complicated, but it's just a matter of like learning it and memorizing it, and it's just 4 simple things and that's all. And the last one is reflexive verbs, which means that everything that you do to yourself, like for example to put makeup on yourself, these are reflexive verbs and you use them to speak in Spanish, in English, and in any language. Today we're just focusing on the first group, grupo número 1, which is the verbos regulares, which is the basic and is quite simple. Los verbos en español or in English are actions: to jump, to speak, to listen. So in Spanish we have 3 groups or conjugations: the first, second, and third conjugation. The first conjugation are all of the verbs that are going to end in ar, ar. Second conjugation, all of the verbs are going to end in er. And the third conjugation are any verb that is ending in ir. So, knowing this, what's this ar, and er? It's basically your to sleep, to talk. That too is our ar, or ir. And it's basically going to be removed. Because if you think about it, when you're speaking in English, you never say I to speak. You say I speak or she speaks. You kind of change it there. Not he or she, we always add an S or an ES. I go, she goes. But you never say I to go or you to drink. So we're going to remove that too in English, and we're going to remove the ar, and ir in Spanish. Some examples with ar, and ir. The first conjugation, hablar, to talk or to speak. Ending in er, second conjugation, comer, to eat. Y vivir in the third conjugation, ending in ir, and it's to live. I live in Madrid. I live in Dublin. I'm also going to show you other verbs ending in ar, and ir, so you start getting to know a few more. Por ejemplo, I have my laptop here, so I'm going to read them. That's why I'm looking down. Hablar, escuchar, caminar, cocinar, necesitar, comprar, buscar, llamar, viajar y trabajar. And in order, they mean to talk or to speak, to listen to walk, to cook, to need, to buy, to look for, to call, to travel, and the last one, trabajar, to work. Verbs ending in er are comprender, to understand, beber, to drink, comer, to eat, aprender, to learn, correr, to run, leer, to read, vender, to sell, creer, to believe, and meter, to put something inside something, an object to put in. Verbs ending in ir, abrir, abrir el libro, to open the book, abrir la puerta, to open the door, abrir, compartir, to share, decidir, to decide, describir, to describe, escribir, to write, recibir, to receive, sounds very similar, vivir, I already told you that one is to live, and partir, to tear off or to like break into 2 pieces. So What I said before is that we are going to remove those are, and is from those verbs. Imagine like the last verb we use, partir, to tear off. We're going to get that piece of paper and we're literally going to remove the part where you can see the ending, and we're going to keep the first part of the word. And that first part of the word in Spanish is called stem. The stem of the word, or the root of the word, which is the first part, is the one that is going to be there, remaining, and then we're just changing those endings that we just removed for other ones that belong to each person. Because when you're talking in English, for example, to drink, when you are saying that you drink, or that I drink, or that they drink, or you guys drink, it's always drink. But in Spanish, we're going to change it 6 times depending on the person that is talking. Because in Spanish, each verb ends in a different way. That's why sometimes we don't even need to say the subject or the persona that is talking. If it's I, if it's they, if it's she. We are always going to have a different ending depending on the person that is talking. Who are these people? As you know, in order is yo, I, tú, you, he, él, she, ella, nosotros, we, vosotros, you plural, they, ellos. They are there, the last one, for. As you see on the screen, I'm showing you the 3 examples for each category. Hablar, which was to talk, comer, to eat, and vivir, to live. I hope you remember there before I said it. So as I said, ar, and ir, we say adiós, bye, and we just keep the stem of the word, which in linguistics is the first part of the word that doesn't change in this group of regular verbs. That's why they are regular if you think about it, because they are regular. They all follow the same pattern. They're not going to change. And I can use that for each one of them, but I'm going to change it depending of who is speaking, or who is eating, or who is living, or who is dreaming, or who is running. Now, let's see those endings, because it's actually the last thing you need to learn and understand of this whole video, and it's literally the basic of the Spanish grammar. So if you are getting this, all good. Yo hablo, como o vivo. As you see this share, the O, they are never gonna be different. Yo, whatever verb and ending in O, it doesn't matter if it's first, second, or third conjugation. That's common for all of the verbs in present tense. Tú hablas, and then for er and ir, they are going to change the A of us for comes, vives. Él o ella is an A if the verb ends in AR. It's an E if the verb ends in ER or IR. So some of them are the same. You just need to learn 2 if you think about it. And you just remember that if it's AR, it's this one, but if it's ER or IR, they are going to share. So it's easier to remember, to see the pattern and to see what they have in common, basically. Nosotros o nosotras, this is going to change in the 3 of them. If the verb ends in AR, hablamos, amos, AR. Comemos, ER. Y vivimos, IR. Vosotros o vosotras, same. Is, ace, is. It keeps the A, the E, and the I. And they, hablan, and then comen or viven. So that's all. That should be everything to understand the basics of the present tense in Spanish. Because if you think about it, without verbs and grammar, even though it's a bit boring, I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit boring sometimes, but that's why I prepared these like posits, having the same color as the people that are speaking, or the persona that is speaking. So you can associate it, you can prepare flashcards in your house, and if you need some worksheets or ejercicios, exercises to practice this, you just need to go to the box in the description box. I will link my email address so you can ask or request for this PDF, and I will gladly send it to you for free to help you understand this. So I really, really, really hope that you understood everything and that now it's a bit more clear. It's not difficult at all. Maybe you need to watch this video again to fully understand it. I hope I explained myself properly. Thank you. Muchas gracias for watching. I hope you come back for the next video. We will be talking about the second group of the present tense. See you. Adiós. Gracias.